Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP. So let's just dive in and let's talk about a few things. So I don't want to talk too much about pricing or anything like that within this market because I am recording this a little bit, ahead of time. But I do want to talk to you guys about Tether. So I've been addressing Tether for a while in terms of it basically crashing and collapsing. And yes, I do believe that day is coming. I say, like, in terms of like litigation processes and litigation problems arising around like stable coins, exchanges, crypto assets in general, like there's no way that Tether will not be, audited, and they will see what Tether is fully backed by. They have been hiding this information away from, holders of USDT or USDT pegged assets for a very long time. Now, to me personally, yes, a Tether collapse will happen eventually, but I do think that we have a little bit more time until that does happen. But I have been seeing a large amount of, I would say, I don't want to say like FUD, but it's just like information that's kind of malicious, if you will, because like we've been seeing in terms of like the price of Tether. Like here's like going back as far as like 2017 for an example, right? We came down to like 91 cents initially back in 2017 before we, pumped and kind of just stayed stable for the most part. Yes, we've come down and like tested 97 cents even back in 2018 for an example, multiple times. Now, recently, year to date, we've seen this nice little spike all the way down to like 98 cents. And everybody went crazy on Twitter saying, all right, the depegging event of Tether has initially started. I think that there's a major problem. Like, things will change slightly, and then everybody just goes crazy. Like right now, Tether's trading at like 99.87 cents. And all because it's not trading at an exact dollar price, people are saying like this is the depeg event. Prepare for the inevitable crash of Tether. I think that is a problem, right? And I think that it really kind of starts with like malicious intent on a lot of posts around Tether, to like create like a centric FUD, if you will. Because I have been seeing like a large amount of articles like this being posted, or like just tweets like this posted in general saying like just in USDT market cap has dropped to $69 billion, the lowest since October 2021. And yes, this is 100% going to happen. Right now, like even in terms of like the all-time chart, you guys do see like at times, yes, this has dropped, and we do see like there has been slight drops in the past as well. And right now, this is like one of the deepest drops. Obviously, like the market cap of crypto is sitting at $842.4 billion at the time of me recording this. So when we talk about this, this is individuals taking their USDT, either swapping it to US dollar or swapping it to some other stable coin, or possibly even swapping it to a different stable coin to buy a different asset that is pegged to a completely different stablecoin like USDC, for an example, because USDC actually has the opposite direction going on with their market cap. It's actually pumping. But this to me just seems like a large amount of individuals moving away from USDT, possibly like, scared about USDT depegging or something like that. So to me, that's basically what this means. But we have been seeing malicious intent around this. For an example, from Crypto Whale, no hate towards anybody, but we did see here another $800 million has magically vanished from USDT market cap in seconds. Not suspicious at all. Now again, did it happen in seconds? It's hard to say, but I would say like in terms of like the 7-day span, like we have been seeing large amounts kind of moving out of Tether, and this is just, it could be so many individuals kind of just like panicking, moving their assets from Tether to something else. I'm not going to speculate and say, hey, this is them dumping internally. They're, moving all their money and they're getting out. This is a rug pull, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, I'm not going to say that because to me personally, like that is not exactly what is happening here. In terms of a stablecoin, this is normal. You will see the market cap of a stablecoin drop drastically when the overall market is also dropping and people are selling their USDT pegged assets, or they're trading USDT into a different stable coin to buy another asset, etc. So to me, this does not mean that USDT is about to collapse or anything like that. We will eventually get to that point, but to me personally, like I think that a lot of this is just FUD. Now, I do want to talk to you guys about some real, issues happening right now around crypto. I do believe that the SEC is on a warpath. They are now launching an investigation into insider trading on crypto exchanges. Now, I talked to you guys slightly about them going after exchanges just the other day, but now we see them officially launching a full-on investigation into this. Now, I talked to you guys a little bit about OpenSea and what OpenSea was doing. I talked to you guys a little bit about, Coinbase and things like that. I think that a large amount of these exchanges are trading against investors on their platforms, which it definitely does make sense. But we are seeing some major moves happening right now. This goes back to like even June 14th. SEC reportedly, begins probe into insider trading at crypto exchanges. This is also why I say, like, get your crypto off of exchanges. I personally utilize the Ledger. I've always told you guys, like, listen, I have an affiliate link for Ledger. I'm not sponsored or partnered by them, but you could utilize any other, cold storage. I just utilize Ledger myself because I've never had issues with them and I fully support them. I utilize them on a day-to-day basis, but I store all my crypto on a Ledger because I do not trust these centralized exchanges. It's been known that a large amount of them do trade against, investors. So to me personally, like, this is not too bad of a thing, but this could cause some major issues since it is the SEC and we are, aware that they have been overstretching their boundaries. They have been when we talk about like enforcement actions from them, they have been over enforcing a large amount of things within crypto. And we have actually, seen some major updates around this. For example, we do see here Hinman ignored direct orders from the ethics office not to meet with Simpson Thatcher. He met 3 more times after being told he was barred by statute. Do we really think he had his speech or his post-employment screen for conflicts, and Clayton knew of conflict and signed off? And we do see from Eleanor from Fox Business basically posting this, permanent bar. This is from the SEC's ethics office. It's basically talking about like conflicts of interest and things like that. And honestly, I am here with, Johnny Deaton talking like, if we look at this, I completely agree. Like, I don't believe that his, speech or his, his post-employment, in general was screened for conflicts at all. And the fact that like he was able to meet with Simpson Thatcher 3 more times after, having direct orders from the ethics office not to, it's just funny. Like, it's comical to me that the SEC still has any sort of integrity left. And also, talking more so about their enforcement actions, we do see our SEC enforcement lawyers need to remember the SEC's mission. The mission is to protect investors, not win cases at all. The actual truth should matter. I sincerely wish I could describe this as anything other than attempting to win at all cost, but I can't. And this is in regards to the library case. I mentioned it multiple times that we should be focusing on this, but this is from Library themselves saying like the SEC submitted CoinMarketCap data regarding historical library trading. The CMC data was 2,500% higher than Mazzari Crypto's data, which attempts to scrub wash trading. Either incompetent or malicious for the SEC to submit knowingly/obviously fake CMC data. This was fake data, and they are submitting it as real data. This is an issue. I don't understand how, like I said, any of this data could get past like any sort of litigation process. It's crazy to me, where the SEC is basically, at currently. Like, they are not here for investors. They were never here to protect investors. They don't care about you or me. I've said this multiple times, right? So I'm going to go and speculate a little bit. Of course, like I said, this is just speculation, if you will. But the SEC, to me, has been for the longest time protecting the bankers. They've been protecting the monopoly that has been put in place for a very, very long time. And I think that this banking and this entire banking infrastructure that we run on a daily basis is completely broken by design, and it's also broken by monetary greed. I've said this time and time again, like XRP was targeted simply because it disrupts the entire food chain. The entire food chain from start to finish has a bunch of individuals making a ton of money off of everyday transactional cost and fees. And that is an issue when you go to disrupt something like that. That legacy network that we run on a day-to-day basis is collecting tons and tons and tons of capital in terms of like fees. And when you get rid of that and you have like a 60% savings fee with XRP on the Ripple network, then you see the targets being put on your back. And that's why I've always said you need to understand why exactly XRP was targeted. And also you could see the clear intent from the SEC themselves by, submitting data like this. There's an issue here. And also, we do see here the words of Gary Gensler himself. Now, this video is interesting. Listen closely to this, and this is from Crypto Law. Shout out to Crypto Law for this, but listen closely.
When you make a decision with other people's money, there's going to be some inherent conflicts. That's a situation.
Now listen to what he just said. We do see here U.S. SEC official says Ether not a security, price surges. This is from William Hinman.
To be some inherent conflicts.
The price of one Ether rose, as more than 60%.
That's a situation as old as antiquity. Left unchecked, these conflicts might affect.
I'm currently a contract partner at Simpson Thacher and Bartlett LLP. Immediately before I start at the SEC, can you confirm you will? I don't know exactly the content behind this, but you can see exactly what the highlighted part is.
Affect the quality of the advice that you receive, and in turn,
that was home of the Ethereum website, and it had Simpson and Thacher at the bottom. You have a full financial conflict with your old firm.
Financial future you have worked so hard to build. There are built-in certain concepts embedded in our regulation to protect you. These obligations protect all of us and build trust in our financial system. If you think that investment professional might not be following these standards, reach out to us. And everything we do at the SEC is to help protect investors, and we are here to work for you.
And I honestly completely agree with this. Like, investors can't trust the SEC because going back to even this, it tells me that there's a clear intent to protect these individuals that, are a part of the SEC, but also you can clearly see the data itself, from start to finish, Simpson Thacher has been a part of the Ethereum, Enterprise Alliance. This is an issue. There's a conflict of interest throughout this entire case. This is also why I've said XRP, as a token, will have regulatory clarity at some point in time. It could most likely be at the end of this year, or it could be in Q1 of 2023. But at some point in time, this case is going to be over. Not only from conflict of interest, but also from fair notice. The fair notice defense still has not been fully addressed. Okay, they continued to say, hey, Ripple knew exactly what they were doing. They knew the clear intent that they were doing it for as well. Do they not realize that the CEO has reached out to the SEC years before the lawsuit multiple times? They've met with the SEC multiple times, and they still had no clear intent on anything. We do see down here the overwhelmingly, majority of people working within the crypto industry are good actors that want to do right by regulators. But when the rules of the road aren't clear, it's very difficult to manage within that. And again, the SEC argued since the inception of this lawsuit that Ripple knew what they were doing was against regulations. How could you know that something is against regulations at the end of the day if you have no clear viewpoint on it? There is a major problem here. This is why I've said since day one around this overall lawsuit, it is just noise. I remember when the lawsuit first came out, how panicky crypto Twitter was. I remember large XRP, influencers making videos about it, talking about it. I mean, you should have seen the articles coming out. I mean, I'm sure that a large amount of you were here during it. And to me, ever since day one, it's always just been noise. We see this, last but not least. This is the last thing I want to talk to you guys about. Clayton, who now serves as an advisor for Fireblocks, a $2 billion crypto custody firm, also shared that he now believes government agencies should not take a one-size-fits-all approach to crypto regulation. This is comical to me. I don't believe that anything around in terms of crypto regulations, I think all of these major individuals that were a part of the SEC at the time of like filing any sort of, lawsuit against any sort of crypto, project or crypto intended like exchange, anything, should have any say on crypto regulation. These are obviously individuals that continue to talk about regulation and not do anything about it. Again, if they put, enough time and effort, towards actual crypto regulation instead of talking about it all the time, we wouldn't be in these situations where, for an example, XRP is a speculated, security. But we also do see like, Cowboy Crypto talking about this as well, like Fireblocks, key investors, Galaxy Digital, and so many other individuals here as well. Like Fireblocks hired Jay Clayton immediately following the Ripple lawsuit. After everything up until that point, like you could clearly see how, orchestrated the entire lawsuit against XRP, was since day one. And this is a problem. And I do think that their ethics should be questioned. I think that their conflicts of interest should 100% be questioned. And I do want to see an investigation internally happen on the SEC. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.